Professor Pallas here with the weekly wrap-up for week 11. This week, our class survey or poll focused on physical activity. The question was, the primary reason to incorporate physical activity into a weight management program is because physical activity is associated with healthier blood lipid profiles, lower blood pressure, and better glucose control. I think planned physical activity should include 5% of the class said mostly interval training that combines both high and moderate levels of aerobic and anaerobic activities for maximum fat burning. 5% of the class said mostly moderate intensity aerobic activity to consistently burn fat. No one in the class selected mostly low-intensity activities. And 90% of the class felt that the planned physical activity should include a combination of activities based on intensity, high, moderate, and interval training to burn fat, as well as at least one day of low-intensity activity designed to reduce stress to help reduce levels of cortisol. The group project on obesity prevention and treatment is due on May 5th by 11:59 p.m. This week, the class submitted who their target audience would be for this project. 3 groups selected pediatrics, 1 group selected young adults who are living independently, 1 group selected middle-aged adults, and 1 group selected senior citizens. I did post an announcement earlier this week encouraging you to please further define your target audience using an actual age range. It's important to do that, and while it sounds counterintuitive, the more specifically you can target your audience, the more specifically you can design interventions to reach them. It's also important for you to start to think about how you will incorporate behavioral therapy into your intervention design. We will be discussing this more during week 12. It's highly likely that you will use either stages of change theory, the trans-theoretical model, the health belief model, or social cognitive theory when you're designing your interventions. When I'm grading the projects, I will be looking for you to state which of these behavioral therapies you used to inform your interventions. If you're working with people who are at the level of change where they're not ready to make change, this is where the health belief model comes into play. The health belief model is where you start to learn and understand better why people think the way they do and why they're not ready to make change yet. We'll go into these behavioral therapy models in greater detail in week 12, but just be aware that that is part of the assignment, and I will be looking for that when I'm grading them. Additional due dates that we have looming before us at this point in the semester include your final quiz, quiz number 3. This quiz will be taken during week 13. It will be completed by 11:59 on Sunday night, which is when we always have our assignments done. I have already published the worksheet that you can use to prepare for this quiz. So that quiz is due by Sunday night, April 21st at 11:59 p.m. As always, you get one chance to take the quiz and it's timed. The group project, which we were just discussing, is due on May 5th. If you have questions about the group project, please reach out now to let me know. Group discussions, we have a discussion this upcoming week. As always, the initial post is due by Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. And then your 2 peer responses to group members are due on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. And just to wrap up, this past week, we really focused on the role that physical activity plays in a healthy weight management program. Physical activity is related to good health. It promotes weight stability. It can play a role promoting weight loss, but once a person has lost weight, it's important to include physical activity on a regular basis to promote that weight stability. Additional benefits of physical activity include healthier blood lipid levels, lower blood pressure, and better blood glucose control. Thank you so much for your time this week.